All right, boys and girls, welcome back to the drive-through. Another Guided Notes edition on a slow Monday. Sponsored by the deli. Hungry? Stop by the deli. Make yourself a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. All right, so again, we're moving faster in here than we will throughout the year. We're just trying to review all the key concepts from Algebra 1 since you guys took geometry last year and may need a little bit of refreshing, okay? So, the slope formula, sometimes we refer to slope as the letter M, okay? Sometimes we say rise over run, or sometimes we call that delta Y over delta X. Delta is just a fancy way of saying change. But the actual formula is y2 minus y1 all divided by x2 minus x1. So that is the formula. So find the slope. I want you to know that you can call whatever you want x2. So you could say it's 4 minus 1. But once I go in this direction, then I have to go in the exact same direction. So I'd have to say on the bottom, 5 minus 8. So you get 3 on the top. You get negative 3 on the bottom, so the answer is negative 1. Now, if you're wondering, you could have gone in the other direction. So you could have said it's 1 minus 4 over 8 minus 5. Look what you would get. On the top, you would get a negative 3, but on the bottom, you'd get a positive 3, and that would still lead you to the same answer. So just to kind of understand that, okay? They're trying to see the video behind you. All right, so in number 2, I'm just going to call it 10 minus 2 on top, and now 1 minus a negative 3, and just to refresh you, that's an 8, and that ends up being a 1 plus 4. Sorry, 1 plus 3. So that's 4, and 8 divided by 4 is positive 2. Okay? The slope intercept form is the most popular way to write a line, and that is y equals mx plus b, where m is the slope and b is called the y-intercept. So that's just the place where it touches the y-axis, okay? So, for this one, we have y minus 2x equals 1. We want it to be in this form, y equals mx plus b. So in essence, we've got to get the y by itself. This is why we practiced these things last week, solving for equations that have more than one variable. So what's being done to the y? Well, we're subtracting 2x from it. How do we get rid of subtraction? Addition. But instead of calling this y equals 1 plus 2x, we'll call it y equals 2x plus 1. Now it's in the proper form. Here's how you graph these. The 1 is the y-intercept. So what does that mean again? Well, it's where it hits the y-axis. So put a dot on the 1. And then what's my slope in this one? It's 2. So every time I go over 1, I go up 2. Over 1, up 2. And that is the easiest way to graph a line in slope-intercept form. Okay? All right, here I have 3y. Well, hold on, I better go back down to this. I didn't finish this. What is my slope? 2. And my y-intercept is b, and that's 1. Okay? Here I get 3y equals negative 1x. Notice I put that 1 in there so I don't confuse myself. Okay? Divide each side by 3 because I want to have y by itself. And you end up getting y is negative 1/3 x plus 4. Okay, so what's my slope? Negative 1/3. And my y-intercept is 4. Alright, so then I go up to my 4. It's rise over 1, run. So I go down 1, but over 3. Down 1 over 3. Have a great day. We'll get this started tomorrow, or you guys can get it finished tonight if you want to get ahead, okay? Okay, so point slope form. That's just a different way to write a line. If you know a point on the line and the slope of the line, then you can write it as y minus y1 is equal to m times x minus x1, where m is the slope and x1 comma y1 is a point on the line. Okay? So let's do some practice. So right now we're just going to write the actual equation of the line. So y minus 4 is 1/2 times x minus 1. This one you would say y minus 3 is negative 3/4 times x minus a negative 4. Well, minus a negative turns into a plus. Okay? Write in slope intercept form. Okay. Now we are given a point and we want to find the slope intercept form. There's two different, I'll do these two different ways. One, you could just write, you can start with this, y equals mx plus b. We know a lot of information. We know that a y is 1 when the slope is 2 and the x is 3. So we can just solve this for b. 1 equals 6 plus b. Subtract 6 from both sides, and you get b equals negative 5. So then this must be y equals 2x minus 5. Okay? Another way you can do this is, well, let me just stick with that way. That's a pretty good way to do it. Y equals mx plus b. Our y is negative 2. Our m is negative 1/3. And our x is negative 6. Subtract 2 from both sides. Now I've found my b. It's negative 4. My slope is 1/3, so my answer is y equals negative 1/3 x minus 4. Okay, so the x-intercept is the point where the line touches the x-axis. It is always a number, comma, 0. Okay? Or another way to say that is, in order to find the x-intercept, we plug in 0 for our y. Okay? It's kind of counterintuitive. The y-intercept is the point where the line touches the y-axis. And that is always 0, comma, a number. Okay, so I had to reduce the font a little bit so I could see all this, so sorry if this is hard to see on the video, but hopefully you got your worksheet. Find the x and the y-intercept of the given line. Okay, well, how do you find the x-intercept? You put in 0 for y. Okay, so this is number 10. It's x Okay, so it's x minus 4y equals 4. Put in a 0 for the y. You get x minus 4 times 0 is 4. That's nothing. So the x-intercept is 4. Put in a 0 for the x now, okay? 0 minus 4 times y equals 4. So negative 4y is 4. Divide each side by negative 4. And so you get the y-intercept is negative 1. That makes it a lot easier to graph these when you have these. You know the y-intercept's here. You know the x-intercept's there. So that is our line. Okay? Same thing for number 11. To find the x-intercept, by the way, maybe I should write this as 4, comma, 0, and write this as 0, comma, negative 1. That's probably a better way to do it. Okay? So for number 11, to find the x-intercept, my equation is 2x plus 5y equals 10. Put in a 0 for y. I get 2x is 10. So x is 5. So my x-intercept is 5, comma, 0. Put in a 0 for my x. I get 5y equals 10. So y is 2. So my y-intercept is 0, comma, 2. I know that it's going to hit here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And here. And that's my equation. Okay? Okay. Okay, last thing we're doing is called scatter plots. So this is like actually how math works in the real world. We've got some data points. 1, comma, 2. 2, comma, 4. 3, comma, 7. 4, comma, 8. And 5, comma, 9. Okay, it says make a scatter plot of the data points and describe the correlation. Okay, well, as x increases, so as x goes to the right, y increases too. Okay? So when they say to make a line of best fit, you literally are trying to imagine the line that, oops, excuse me, that represents a close estimate of all the points So that line right there seems to be a decent representation of the points. Here it looks like, and there is not a single right answer for this, so answers could vary here. But here it looks like my y-intercept is about 1, and my slope, every time I go over 1, I go up about 1.5. Okay? So I would say that my estimate for my line of best fit is y equals 1.5x plus 1. Okay? Answers could vary for that. That's the last question. I didn't make this screen, but hopefully you see it on your worksheet. And now you got time to get started on your assignment. I hope this helped. Boom!